Yeah, so when I was writing my blog post for this month, and I know the previous individuals who have written, Robin Keating, Robin Fleming, and yourself even, Travis, when we were all writing, we did discussing like how does healthcare and poverty, and specifically even mental health care and emotional health care, how do all these things kind of combine and how they work together, and then how does Love Inc. help in that area, all that stuff. And so I approached this post from the position of how can we practically individually help individuals who are struggling. Maybe they have poor health, maybe they have other issues with mental or emotional health challenges that they might have, and so I really addressed it in a way that could help each individual, no matter their position within the church or their community or their neighborhood. They all have something to contribute. Everybody has something to contribute to help other people in their maybe times of challenge or stress or poor health. And so I brought up three areas, and one I want to talk about specifically today. So the three areas are being relationally available to people, but then also join or start a program that you can get involved with, learn and advocate for individuals out there as well. And so those are the three things is what I wrote about. What I want to talk about specifically in this video though with you is that idea of just developing and cultivating relationships that open up opportunity to speak into people's lives. I think it's important to know or to understand kind of where we are today, that people are not connected like we used to be. You know, it used to be that someone might say, "Hey, Travis, I want you to spend time with me. I want you to spend time with me. I want you to do something with me. I want you to maybe go to the movies or go for a bike ride or a hike or something like that." That's what we used to say when we wanted to have some level of relational intimacy with another individual. But because of our phones that we have today, and because of all the devices and all the distractions, in other ways, like the dopamine just doesn't hit a lot of times the same way when we connect with other human beings. So today our modern phrase would be more like, I want you to pay attention to me. Look me in the eyes and show me that you are going to give me your attention. And that's how we connect today. But having a relational investment into somebody's life is the most beautiful thing that you can give them. And so I was thinking about even scripture, like what do we see in the scriptures? What do we see in our Bibles? And so I brought up, I was opening up to the book of Job. Now the thing about the book of Job that's so fascinating in the very beginning is that Job is a righteous man. He is sacrificing on behalf and atoning for his kids and their dinner parties and things that they're having out there just in case. But this guy is wealthy as well. He has thousands of oxen, sheep, and cattle and servants. He's got the epitome of a modern day wealth, and yet calamity falls upon him. And we won't. So anybody who's not familiar with Job, he was a very wealthy man, a very righteous man, and loved by everybody except for the devil. And so the devil says, "Hey, you know what? Does Job love you only because you blessed him?" And so through the conversation through the situation that the devil puts in front of Job, he strikes him down. So he loses all of his children, loses all of his servants, loses all of his animals and all of his wealth, and yet Job blesses him still and still worships him. There comes a point where the devil, he says, well, I want to strike his body, and to where he's got sores from head to toe. And I think that anything interesting in Job chapter 2, verse 11 through 13, and I'm just going to read it here because I thought it was very, very beautiful, the practical work that his friends did in accompanying him during his time of stress. And so Job chapter 2, verse 11 through 13, it says, "Now when Job's three friends heard of all of this evil that had come upon him, they came each from his own place, Eliphaz the Temanite, Bildad the Shuhite, Zophar the Naamathite. They made an appointment together to come to show him sympathy and comfort him. And when they saw him from a distance, they did not recognize him, and they raised their voices and wept. And they tore their robes and sprinkled dust on their heads towards heaven. And they sat with him on the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and no one spoke a word to him, for they saw that his sufferings were very, very great." And I think in that space where we can just do very practical and beautiful work, whether it be mental or emotional or what other health challenges that people have, is really just to sit with them and just give them our attention. I mentioned in my blog post that you can go for a walk with them, have a cup of coffee with them, and just communicate with them. Let them know that you are a safe place to be able to cast their challenges, their cares. And I really think that is one of the easiest things that we can all do to rebuild health in our communities. So I really enjoyed writing this post. I really enjoyed studying for it and preparing for it. And I think if we look at what Job's 3 friends did, is just sit with them in their position of duress and challenges.
Well, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the content of this video, please like, subscribe, and share with a friend. Don't forget to leave your thoughts on this topic in the comments section. And to learn more, click the links in the description below. Have a great week.